So in this section, I just want to kind of clear up a myth that we get a lot, and is the difference between a national criminal search and a county criminal search. So if you're running a national criminal search, a typical point and click, go online, click a button, pay your 5, 9, 10, $15, and you're getting back records instantly. So I want to make sure you understand what that is. That is a data-driven search that comes from a variety of different court, government databases, arrest records, and it pulls them back through and it tries to assemble them together. A variety of different things. The data there is typically outdated, usually doesn't have enough identifiers to actually report. I mean, there's not a disposition, a full date of birth, a full name, and all the different charges with the corresponding dispositions in order to report that. So if you're running that, it's quick, it's fast, it's easy. If you're in California, and this webinar is specifically for California, you have to keep in mind the limitations of the court system within the several counties within the state of California. Majority of those counties do not report to the National Criminal Database Search. So if you're in California and you run this search, we get clients all the time like, this search is so easy, it always comes back fast, it's inexpensive, and there's no hits. Well, the reason that there's no hits is because the fact that those courts within California are not reporting to the National Criminal Database. Additionally, within California, there's not a statewide database like there are in other states like Colorado and Utah and other states like New York. So there isn't a statewide available search. So the National Criminal is the only thing available. So you're going to get those things back. Again, the National Criminal is a starting point. It usually includes watch lists and high-level things that are available, as well as Sex Offender Registry. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a very inexpensive, basic way to start. Yeah, and I think another misnomer is that, so in the National Criminal Search, it's looking for criminal records throughout in the available databases. This does not include federal. It doesn't include a lot of other things. Arrest records in California are not there. It's missing a lot of things that people assume that a national search would include. So it's very, very, very common. There are this many counties, and remember, every single county throughout the United States has different protocols on how those records are accessible, electronically, scraping, in person, mail request, requiring additional authorizations. So remember that you may be in California, but you're hiring someone, especially we see clients now hiring people throughout the US that have relocated, or maybe you have remote workers and you're based in California, but now they live in Florida. So you need to be aware of those things and be working with someone that actually can pull records there. And beyond that, internationally, right, in this kind of environment that we live in. One other thing to point out, the National Criminal Search, that's $9, $10, $15 search, the records that come back on that, if there are hits, so let's just say there's a hit in Texas for burglary, it's incumbent on the background screening provider and the employer to verify the record pertains to the applicant, their full name and date of birth, and that the charges and dispositions are reportable based on adjudication rules where you're working. So if they're a California employer, it'd be California. If it's Texas, it'd be Texas. The standalone search of a national crim gets you partway there, but still a county level search is required